right, everyone, my crafty Sonder fam, welcome to our first Crafternoon social. It is so great to see everyone. You are welcome in this social to turn on your cameras if you would like. And there may be some times when I'll ask you to tell us something. And so when I do that, if you just raise your hand with the little reactions tab, you can do that. And then Karen can call on you, unmute you if we are going to be sharing some things. So that brings me to my stage manager, Karen. She is here. She's got a couple cameras going. She's waving to you. Hopefully everyone can see her. We'll just have the slides up here for a little while, and then we'll switch it so that it will mostly just be some cameras. And I have my little craft camera going here, so I can, I will probably be knitting. So I'll have that going. So if you want to watch that. And I know Karen's still letting folks in, so everybody's kind of coming in. And so again, this social is a product of your request, right? Folks put in the surveys that you do, the surveys that you get at the end of each social, is kind of like, what else would you like to see? And we had an overwhelming amount of people who said, we just want to be able to, kind of craft some time, kind of block off some time for us to do some crafting with our Sonder fam. So this is it. So I will say, like I said, we don't necessarily have a specific thing that we're working on together. So it's not quite like our cooking socials. So if you've been to our cooking socials when Karen is in her kitchen cooking and I'm stage managing, we're not all working on the same project, but we may decide to do that later on. We may, we're kind of talking about what we want to see in the journal in the future. So I absolutely encourage you, anytime you have any questions, suggestions, thoughts, ideas, send an email to hello@silkandsonder.com. You don't have to wait for a survey. You don't have to wait for a specific call. You can just send that email and let them know, hey, this is what I would love to see. And they keep a list of all of those things and they keep a close eye. So please be sure and do that whenever you get some ideas or some thoughts or things that you want to work on. Things you want to see in the journal, things you want to see in the socials, any of those things, please don't hesitate to send them an email. Don't think you're bothering them. You're not. They really do. We try to make this a community that is something that you want. So it's not just those of us that are doing this. It's you. It really is a community. So also, I do want to mention, every time you come to a Sonder social, you are automatically entered to win our self-care gift raffle. So once a month, and I'm not 100% sure when it happens, if it's the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, end of the month, they will draw a name of someone who will win a self-care gift pack, and they will send that out to you. The other thing I do want to mention is, if possible, when you register for Sonder socials, use your Silk and Sonder email, the email that you use to sign up for the Silk and Sonder, because that way it's easier for them to make sure that they can link that up with your account. So let's see, I've been seeing lots of fun things, people kind of posting some of the different things that they're working on. I know we have some crocheters, we have some scrapbookers, we have some folks painting, making cards, all of those super fun things. So let's kind of see. As you know, we are rapidly approaching, well, I guess we are in the middle of April now. It seems kind of funny. I know, April 16th. And this month's theme is Radiance. And I've noticed a lot of folks have been kind of struggling a little bit with the theme. I think you're making it harder than it has to be, right? Radiance does not have to be this amazing, glowing, fabulous, fantastic. Radiance is just when you feel good about you, when you feel good about what you're doing, when you feel good about what's going on, when you're really kind of being your authentic self. That's when you're really the most radiant. It doesn't have to be ball gowns and tiaras and full face of makeup, those kinds of things, right? It's something, Amber, I see you're saying, me make something harder than it has to be, no way, right? But we do that, right? We tend to do that to ourselves, right? We think we have to be perfect. right? We think that everything has to be great, everything has to be perfect, and it really, 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 really doesn't. And that's one of the things that I love about knitting, is that you can make a mistake, and most of the time, no one will notice it except for you, right? And so I've gotten really good at just kind of going with the flow and not worrying about my mistakes. So let's see. So let's go into, so here's our agenda for today. We are only together for an hour. And you can let us know in the survey if that was too little, too long, not enough, too much, just right. Again, this is our first time. And so again, Karen and I are kind of playing with our cameras when we're working on stuff. So let us know in the chat if you need anything from me or from Karen. And then we're going to do a real quick, I call it like a little Radiance warm-up activity to kind of think about. And then we're just gonna hang out and craft for a little while. I got some music to play. We can kind of take a look at that. But here's what I want you to do. So you can use your journal for this blank page in your journal, or you can use a piece of paper, scratch a piece of paper, whatever you've got going. You can just kind of think about it as you're working on your crafts, because I know a lot of you are working on some different things. I want to talk about our Radiance accessory bag, right? So if everybody here is crafting something, I bet you have some sort of accessory bag. As a knitter, I have a lot of accessory bags and tote bags and all of those things, right? But what if we had an accessory bag, right, for Radiance? If we had a bag where we could put all those things that help us feel radiant in that bag, what would you put in that bag? So find that blank piece of paper, again, in your journal, or you can just kind of think about it. What I want you to do is to just draw a little bag or a tote or a little box or something like that. And then think about all the things you put in, right? So you can either draw little pictures. If you have little stickers, you can use them. You can just write the words beside that. And so what I did, which is kind of cheating, because of course I had this activity ahead of time, I made a fun little collage with pictures from the internet. And I was showing this to Karen yesterday, and she goes, "Ooh, this makes me want to get out my little printer and print off those little pictures." So I just kind of put all sorts of fun things, right? So in the middle, I have this fun picture of a little tote bag with some little hearts. I've got some, think positive, self-care. I've got my little yarn ball, some lemon water, smiling, different kinds of movement, meditation, my little sleepy lamb, all those kinds of my books, my Disney, my movies, all the things, these things all, when I think about them, or if I had all of these things in my Radiance bag to think about, makes me feel radiant. All right. So let us know in the chat what kinds of things you will be putting in your Radiance accessory bag. I will go back to this slide so you can kind of see what that looks like. I'll play us a little song and then I'll pop right back on. If I can get my cursor to work correctly. I love that. All the different ideas that everybody was kind of popping into the chat of things they were going to put in their bag. I saw lots of books in our Radiance bags, which is awesome. I saw Jessica saying she actually has a Radiance tote bag that she brings with her everywhere and calls it her mental health bag. So that's awesome. So this is a really good idea, really kind of think about, I know some of the things we talked about putting in the bag wouldn't necessarily work, but it's a great idea to have maybe a little bag somewhere of some things that are kind of good for mental health, good for Radiance, right? It can have a bottle of water and some, like a nice smelling candle, maybe some crayons, maybe some markers, maybe some chocolate, all those fun things that can help you feel radiant. So now you've kind of got that idea. So this is another good one you can work on for the rest of the month as you think of this theme of radiance, right? What are some things that help you feel, again, help you feel good, right? Help you feel good about yourself, help you feel like you're kind of being your best self. And I did put in a slide for benefits of crafting, just in case anyone was wondering if there's any benefits to crafting, right? Reducing stress, depression, and anxiety, always something is very, very important. Building self-esteem, decreased risk of cognitive impairment as you age, better sleep, reducing irritability and restlessness, building community and friendships, like right now, community, we have everyone here together doing some different crafting projects. Helps with processing grief. I've seen some really interesting art therapy programs that really help folks process grief, the hand-brain connection, and not to mention it's fun. And like I told Karen, we don't really actually have to have an excuse or a reason or any of these benefits to list out for crafting, right? We craft because it's fun, because we want to, because we enjoy it. Absolutely can do that. So I have a little picture that's on there. I've been making these cute little bags, which actually is what this one is. And this my little pink circle here. I made the little I-cord that goes in it, and I'll show you how that kind of will turn into a little bag. But I've been making these fun little bags, and a lot of them actually tie in really nicely with the colors in our Silk and Sonder journals. So I also wanted to make a little collage here so you can see some of our crafty Silk and Sonder facilitators. So we all do different crafts, different ways. So if you've ever been to a Sonder Social with Jennifer Kay, those are her really pretty painted oars over there in the top left-hand corner. And that picture that's next to it are those really pretty oars that are kind of right above the bed. Beautiful, really fun idea, fun craft. Our talented Jennifer O, who does our coloring socials, she has that beautiful quilt that's in the middle. She loves quilting. Our very talented Bailey over in the upper right, those are her flower arrangements that she did. She and her husband just renewed their vows. They had a vow renewal ceremony, and she made her own really, really pretty bouquets. So that is beautiful. And then going down in the lower right-hand corner is some really pretty embroidery that Malika, another one of our facilitators, did last night, or she didn't do it last night. I had a social with her last night, but she said she picked that up during the pandemic. It was one of her pandemic learning and time savers. And I said, that really looks like a Silk and Sonder journal cover. Maybe we should start doing we could do some embroidery on our Silk and Sonder covers. That might be kind of fun. And then Karen, who is here with us, and I think she's making some candles today. But so there's a little candle and a little flower arrangement. She's done some fun flower arranging. And then Katie, who I believe is also with us, another one of our facilitators. She has that beautiful that collage. It's just on a poster board, right? It's not, okay, awesome. It looks great. All those fun things, little pictures. And then that's one of the sweaters that I actually made for a shop, a knitting shop, to use as a demo. So all of us, very fun crafting things that we do. And I would love for folks to post in Sonder Club some of the crafts that you have done as well to help inspire folks as they kind of go along that crafting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing. That's all my slides that I had for today for right now. Stop sharing. All right. And then let's see. All right, so I see lots of faces. It's so exciting to see some of your faces. We don't usually get to see you. When we do the webinars, we see your names. I recognize lots of names, so it's fun. I see Chrissy there. Hi, Chrissy. So many fun faces. So let us know, and Karen will ask you to unmute. If you want to, you can share with us what you're working on today. And if you can kind of hold it up and you can kind of tell us a little bit about it. You don't have to. But you're welcome to. We would love to hear from you. Anybody want to share? You can raise your hand. Poor Karen's still coughing.
Cool.
Oh, Evangeline has her hand raised.
So I'm working on a cowl. Just kind of stretch it out a little so you can see the stitches.
Oh, fun.
So I was hoping to have it done for Easter, but it won't be done. So it'll probably be a Mother's Day gift.
You know, that's the great thing about knitting things for people is that if you're like, I wanted this to be done for Christmas, but maybe it will be Easter, maybe it will be Mother's Day, maybe it will be birthday, right? All of those different things. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else?
I'll share. Hi, it's Leanne.
Hi, Leanne.
I recently bought the Cricut mug press, and I haven't made a mug yet, so I'm kind of hoping to that happens soon. But this is the design here. I'm going to turn this because I'm on my iPad and my computer, so it's kind of weird. But this is the design. If you can see it, I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, so it's like little dandelions, and it says scatter kindness. I'm just still trying to figure out the whole process of what actually gets cut out and what doesn't. This is like I'm doing some test runs because eventually, and I've mentioned this in a lot of different things when I've been on these, but I am retiring June 2nd from teaching, and my sister and I are opening up our own Etsy shop. So
oh, fun.
Big jump, and part of it is so that I can pay forward and support 3 different charities that I want to support. So that's going to be a big part of this, but that's what I'm going to do in retirement. I'm going to have fun.
I think that sounds awesome. That's great. Congratulations too. And thank you for being a teacher.
Thank you. Yeah, well, it's been a great 20 years, but I'm tired. I'm ready for my next adventure. So.
Awesome. But that sounds great. I haven't gotten into the Cricut stuff yet. I'm kind of
be
afraid.
Careful. It's a rabbit hole that you can just continue to fall forever and ever.
Right. I already have a problem with stickers and washi tape and yarn and like all of that stuff. So I'm like,
I'm right with you.
See, you're among friends here. We all probably have
I love it. You know, it's I can come here and I don't feel,
that's awesome.
Good. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Mm-hmm. All right, Katie.
Hi, am I unmuted?
Yes, you are good. We can hear you.
So hi, everyone. I'm working on a blanket. So here's what I've been crocheting.
Ooh, so pretty.
So I figure it'll be a Christmas present. And if I'm at this point now in April, maybe it'll actually be done by Christmas if I don't abandon it, come back later. But that's what I'm working on today.
We all know the pain of it's going to be a Christmas present, maybe. You're good. I mean, it's only April, so maybe you will be good.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I didn't decide this in November. And then it's never going to happen in November. But yeah.
You got a little bit of time, so we'll cross our fingers for you. You'll have to keep us posted.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Angela.
Okay, so my daughter, she's hanging out with us. Hi.
Hello.
We're making a tic-tac-toe board. I'm painting the pieces.
Oh my gosh, those are awesome.
Yeah.
We got this at Dollar Tree, and then it's got the little board to put the piece,
Oh, that's so cute.
and that's what she's working on today.
And then I've got also down the Cricut rabbit hole here. I've got this, I'm working on trying to figure out how to, that light keeps hitting that mirror. Oof.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Like you should see us getting ready for these socials, and we're all trying to angle our cameras and
I'm gonna work on putting some vinyl on this wood frame that I found at Dollar Tree. So
nice. That looks awesome. Thank you for sharing. And I saw someone in the chat, Kristen Davis Owen, had said couldn't figure out how to raise her hand. Do you want to unmute and show us or tell us what you're making, Kristen?
So yeah, hi everybody. I couldn't like, which is terrible because I'm also a teacher and I've been in teams like all last year and I cannot figure out how to raise my hand. But I got this over Christmas and I see all the beautiful lettering that everybody does and I never make time to practice. And so I'm using this time to prioritize and actually like pull out some pages and practice. So I'm excited.
I love it. I love that so much. You know, it's funny. My grandmother passed away in November. She was 96. And so we've been cleaning out her cabin, which she's lived there since 77. So you can only imagine all the stuff that's there. But it's funny, I found this lettering design book, and inside it, she has a sticky note that says, "This is a book I got a couple years ago." Sorry. Hoping I could learn the script printing, but haven't even tried to apply myself. You know, it's funny, she had so many things, so many crafting things that she never got around to. So I just always encourage people, because she'd be like, I don't know, I might not be good at it, or, you know, she would try it. So I just always encourage people to try, and carving out some time for yourself is so very important. So we're so happy you're here, and we want to see some fun lettering.
Yes,
So,
hopefully I'll post pictures of progress.
Awesome. We will. And you know what, that's the thing, progress, right? Not perfection, just trying to work on this and get that posted. So thank you so much for sharing. All right, Teresa.
Hi, sorry about me going everywhere. I thought my stuff was out there, but it was here. So I'm just doing coloring, just pretty simple. Is it going through? So this is a color by number. Like when I do it in the journal, I get paralyzed by the options. So these books, it shows you like right there. And then when they're all done, that's what they're gonna look like. And I get tired of painting flowers. So that's what I'm working on.
I love, you know, that is your, like, the getting paralyzed by, like, I don't know which colors to pick. I don't know. I feel like I'm not doing the right. I get like that with our coloring page.
Yeah,
in our journal.
mine's pretty blank.
So I love that idea. What is it called? Like, the book is called?
They have a butterfly one. Let's see, can you see? I can't see past my face.
Let's see, it's kind of, birds and butterflies, color by number.
Yeah, and then I have a wildlife one too. I don't knock my camera everywhere. Okay.
Animal Kingdom, color by numbers. Oh, fun.
Because, you know, we did the paint and number when we were kids, but I don't got time for all the water and the paint and and then I got these short little stubby guys, but there's so many different colors.
Oh,
But it's really
fun.
portable, so.
Yeah, sometimes that's the trick, is finding a hobby that's portable that you can kind of take around with you. I know some people have, like, they do weaving, or they do, you know, quilting, or those kinds of things. And that's not always a very portable, it's not always a very portable thing. So it's fun to have a good portable hobby. So awesome. You'll have to share some pictures so we can see how that goes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right, Laura.
Hello, I make cards and teach classes, and so this is my first one. This is for April. I'm have class next week, so this is the first one. I'm working on my next week's class, being a little late and doing it.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So this is my first card.
Love it. Oh yeah, I saw Tiffany said about checking out the stickers by number, which is also really fun to do too. So yeah, I love that card though. That's really, really pretty. Now, is that a hobby that also requires a lot of stuff?
Yes, that's the reason why I'm a demonstrator, so I can get my stuff somewhat cheaper. So
Excellent plan. Excellent plan.
So yeah, I teach to other ladies how to do it and have fun with it.
Nice. Love it. Awesome. Was there anyone else who wanted to share? We've got lots of fun things going on. Lots of fun pictures. Oh, Chrissy.
All right, so I am working on coloring too. I finished a page to start because I use sparkle gel ink pens.
Oh, pretty.
And so I decided to go with the Cupcake Kitty.
Oh, look at Cupcake Kitty. So pretty, fun.
And of course, I've got all of my sparkle pens.
Wow, that is an impressive collection of sparkle pens. I am jealous. Very nice. Very nice. All right, anybody else? Don't want to leave anybody out. Oh, Melissa says, learning how to knit, but writing in the car while participating, so doesn't want to go on camera. I'm hoping you're just writing in the car and you're not trying to drive and knit and participate in a social. That would be a little intense social here. All right, Crystal.
So one of the things that I've always wanted to do is learn how to crochet. And so during the pandemic, I found these little kits called Woobles. And so it has like everything inside of it. And I've never set out the time to actually try to learn it. So this one is a little fox.
Oh, look how cute that is.
Yeah, it's super cool. It has like, so all the yarn and the eyeballs and everything. So I put this time aside to try to finally actually teach myself how to crochet, since this was hopefully going to be a Father's Day gift, because fox is kind of like an inside joke from that song forever ago. Like, what does the fox say?
What does the fox say? Yes.
Yeah, my dad is obsessed with that song. So
that's hilarious.
So yeah, so when I found these kits that had everything with it, I was like, I don't really have excuses to not try to do it. And then when this came up, it was just the perfect time to combine them.
Yeah, I highly recommend, if you want to learn a craft, find a nice little kit, says beginners, any of those like painting or knitting or crochet or any of those things. It's going to be nice and basic for you, give you lots of instructions, and it's a super great way to learn where you're not like, I don't know what to get. I don't know what I have. So definitely, Crystal, we're going to be looking for a picture of the little fox.
Hopefully the little fox will look like a little fox when I'm done.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure. And your dad will love it regardless.
True. Very true.
Awesome. Thank you. I see another hand. Kim, would you like to share what you're working on?
Sure. For all my old peeps in the room, I have a latch hook quilt kit, which I was super excited to find because I haven't seen these since like the early 80s. I didn't even know they made them, but I found them at Walmart one day, and they have like the pre-cut yarn already with them and the grid out, like the grid out backgrounds. So it's really easy. It's like just mindless. I actually finished one. This one I was going to start all today, but it will have to be about when it finished. So that's my my project. So I'm gonna try to turn it into a pillow when it's finished to give to my niece. So
I love it.
fuzzy 70s pillow when she's done. So
I used to love those. Yeah, I haven't seen those around for a long time. I'll have to go check out and see if I can find some.
yeah, I was in the craft section at Walmart, and it even had the little latch hook.
That little, yeah, the little thing with the little flippy flappy metal thing.
So I was so excited when I found it, but
love it.
I thought of them until I saw it there. So I was super excited. So yeah.
Love it. All right, thank you. Oh, Laura, I saw you were like running to get something. Laura, do you want to share with us? Now she's disappeared.
I'm here.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
So I just closed the blinds thinking it might be easier and more dark in here. But so I'm working on a diamond painting. There's a huge light down here, but there's not much to see yet. So I ran and got like past ones I've done. So that one is like,
oh my gosh.
Oh, I need to turn this light off. Nope, not really.
I know it's hard. There you go. If you kind of angle it, there we go. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. So what is diamond painting?
It's kind of like paint by number, but with these little tiny resin beads.
Oh, so those are all beads?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And then my favorite one I've done, the very first one I did actually, I decided to frame, but it's a New York City skyline.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. And it's sparkling, like when the light is hitting it, it's sparkling.
I was thinking maybe I shouldn't have actually closed those blinds.
You're good. It's all good.
But anyway, yeah, they're sparkly. That's definitely one of the best parts about them.
So now do you put it like on that, like a light board so that you can see what you're...
So you have these little numbers. They're very hard to see. That's one reason I put them on the light, because then they're easier to see. Oh, until you turn the light off. And then you have these little tiny beads.
Holy cow.
And you have different, I have in a kit, but you have different like letters for each one. So, or symbols or whatever. And you just kind of do this over and over again. And I was thinking too, like I totally relate to the whole not having to like think about what to do, just follow what it tells me to do. And then at the end, it's like a picture. This one you can kind of see through the light, maybe. I do it this way. It's going to eventually be
that's going to be so beautiful.
Right now it looks like this though.
I had never heard of that. I saw Robin saying never heard of diamond painting, and I hadn't either, but now that's probably that's the bad thing about these socials is you learn about a different the bad thing, right, is you learn about a different project, different stuff, and you're like, ooh, maybe I need some of that.
I have this huge portfolio. I have a whole bag back there, like artist bag full of just tons of kits that I bought online, because when I first learned about it, I went a little crazy. It was on like Etsy and Amazon and another one of those that's like a really cheap site. I forget the name of. Yeah, and then they all came at once. Delivered at once. So it was like, what do I do? So then I was working on them a lot, and I did all these in a fairly short span of time, and then I kind of got away from it for a minute. So I was like, I'll work on it tonight, because I've been working on this one for a long time.
Nice. I love it. Thank you for sharing. You'll have to be sure to share some more pictures on in the Sonder Club so we can check that out. And now I have to go find some of that. My husband will be like, great. Yeah, a new craft that she's learning. That seems great. Awesome. Thank you.
It was a lot of fun, so you won't regret it.
It looks really pretty. Looks
kind
really
of
pretty.
meditative a little bit, because it's just kind of not thinking about it.
Well, and that's one of the things with a lot of the crafting. I mean, yes, knitting, there can be really complicated patterns, or I'm sure with that there can be really complicated stuff, but a lot of times you can find a really nice basic thing that gets very, very meditative. right? So definitely good. All right, anybody else want to share their fun thing that they're working on? Karen, you need to show us what you're working on. Your candle. Tell us about your candles that you're doing.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, cool. It says unmuted, but you never know when it comes to all of this. Yeah, so I am looking to perfect my candle making. I'm doing a soy based. I melt it in a double boiler. And then you'll see I have my candles and oil set up. I've been struggling to find an oil that really does permeate without messing the wax up. So I got a pack on Amazon of P&J, and I'm guesstimating about how much to put. So we'll see how these guys turn out, but I figured I'd do little guys this time so I could see what scents I actually really liked.
Love it.
I really do need to buy glue dots though to like adhere them at the bottom, but
yeah.
I meant to the craft store this morning, but I got tied up on other things, you know, like cleaning out closets and such, spring cleaning.
And I say, if everybody doesn't know, Karen posts our cooking socials that we do every month. And so you'll get to see more of Karen hanging out in her lovely kitchen and making different fun things. I think our recipe next month is for a pasta of some sort. I think
it's a chicken pasta bake. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using chicken. Katie, our stage manager, talked about maybe using rotisserie. I have a thing about touching raw chicken. It just grosses me out. And I might actually, because I don't eat much meat, I might actually try using some of the Beyond chicken, but it is breaded. So I'm not sure how that will turn out, but we'll see.
Awesome.
Oh, Stella, you said that the P&J oils are the best that you've had luck with. Okay, good. Well, then hopefully, fingers crossed. I tried their cupcake one, but I used a much bigger tin. So I'm hoping, I put about 25 drops in each, and I'm hoping that's enough. If it's not, let me know because I'm starting to pour.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jeanette saying, stay tuned and make sure to join next month's cooking social to find out what Karen uses. It's like a little teaser. What kind of meat will Karen use for our recipe?
Right? And we also, if you're joining, Katie and I will be doing the weekly setup tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. I love getting ourselves ready and getting rid of those Sunday scaries.
Fun. Is this anybody's first social? Like you haven't been to any of the other socials and this is the first one? I'm guessing most people probably didn't start with this one, but I was just curious if anybody was just kind of popping on to start.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're all
So Karen, let's see. So you do candles and
I like making products. If you can't tell from my kitchen and my surroundings, we're pretty much very minimalist, and that comes from the fact that we've moved a lot from Austin to New Zealand to San Francisco to right outside of San Francisco. So I like to be able to have things that are consumable and use up, and so I like to make. Well, before we moved and I had a bathtub, I like to make bath bombs. I need to make some shower steamers. I like to make body scrubs and lotion, lotion bars and those types of, think of it, my kitchen is like Lush, or sometimes, just kind of creating different bath salts and, using dried flowers and little bags in the bathtub and all that kind of stuff. If you can't tell, I miss my bathtub.
I was going to say, Karen and I were talking about maybe since this social wasn't so much to like do one project together, but like what could we do? And we were saying maybe make like some sugar scrubs or bath bombs or something like that. And we could, you would sign up for the social and then you would kind of get the information and the materials list ahead of time. And then we could all it's a little tricky. I don't know how messy some of that stuff is. I don't know how easy it is for some folks to do that.
It really isn't, because I've run a spa camp for kids for years. And if I can get 7-year-olds to do, like 27 7-year-olds with 2 staff to be able to get it done, we can deal with it and not make a huge mess. We're good. Yeah,
Nice.
definitely a Sonder handmade shop would be super fun. Laura, I'm curious, what was in your shampoo bars? I've not ventured into that, but that sounds really fun. Very good for the environment as well, right? And great for travel. And like someone said, fun idea. I love that idea, Evangeline. So I'm curious what Evangeline said.
Oh, she wants to do the Sonder handmade shop.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. I just kept scrolling. That would be so cute. We could have our own little Etsy shop. So I would quit spending all my money and like might make some. I have a friend who just started doing bath products and candles and such too, and opened her own shop like this week, actually.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely fun to experiment and try different things, and it's really fun. She has a couple of kids, so doing that with them and them learning some math skills as well. I definitely come from a family of crafters myself. I definitely grew up with a lot of power tools, and it was the 80s, so it was like all the wood and the acrylic paint and barnyard animals to go with that awful blue. Everybody, the Plymouth blue. Does everyone remember that? The Plymouth blue. Everything was Plymouth blue. Yeah. My mom also did a lot of sculpting with polymer clays, and she actually taught art lessons. And I think that's why I eventually ended up being a teacher, is from some of those experiences.
Super fun. Like I'm trying to thread the little I-cord that I made for my little pouch over here. It's like I've got a really weird setup. If you could see my messy desk area and my weird little camera and all that fun stuff.
I'm curious. Laura said that that shampoo was a Pines conference. Is that a crafting conference, or did they just happen to do crafts?
I'm sorry, that was a typo. It says say pinners, like Pinterest.
Oh,
I didn't realize
there's a pinners conference. Mind blown. Mind blown. That sounds so fun.
It's 2 whole days of stuff. It's great.
Where was it located?
I live in Atlanta. It was here, but it travels, but it's only a handful of states.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing right after this is I'm Googling and see they gotta be in the Bay Area, right?
People travel to it, so there's probably one close to you, especially if you're in California.
Yeah, there has to be. Teresa says she's doing some jewelry bead making. Oh yeah, that perfection trap does get to you, doesn't it? And Crystal, are you talking about whose shop are you talking about? I'm like scrolling back through. I really want to go to a Pinterest conference. I've been looking at some different online courses for crafting and such. Does anyone have one that they absolutely love online? Oh, my friend's shop. I'll see if I can pull it up.
I was going to say, that's one nice thing. One of the few benefits of COVID is that a lot of crafting places started doing things online. So I know like Vogue Knitting Live has a lot of online things. You can take online classes or do lectures, those kinds of things. I did a fun, it was like a 2-day workshop doing Star Wars knitting with one of the Star Wars knitting books by Tanis Gray. And so she was doing a little workshop that was last February. How many projects do you think I've finished from that? I have 5 things started and I haven't finished any of them. I've got to get those done.
But
you guys never
start projects. And
I was gonna say you never do that, right? Nobody here starts a project and then never finishes it and then moves on to something else. I'm not even gonna tell you how many things I got going at the same time. Hey, Teresa.
Yeah, my second child is not even born yet in the scrapbook, so I totally feel that. But I do have some of the necklaces that I have made. And again, I stopped doing them. So let's see, where's my camera? You see that one? It's a little guy on the end there.
Spotlight that.
There
Oh,
we go.
pretty.
Now I can see myself. So there's that one. It's got this end, and that's where I got stuck because they don't get tight enough, and then I get really frustrated and I give up. So there's that guy, and there's this one. He likes to come undone a lot, though. Can you stop moving? Sorry about my mess in the background. So then there's that guy. This guy. These ones survive. My camera's on, bro. Yeah, there's my husband. Sorry, guys. So then here's this one that I made.
Oh, pretty.
Like this one because it's magnetic. So when I get up at 11 o'clock at night to go to work, I don't need to worry about it. And this one is totally like not my style, but for some reason, I just really like all the colors in this one. Is it gonna stop moving? Yeah. There's that guy. He's got some red in him, and he's another one of the magnetic guys.
Pretty. Oh, magnetic. I love that.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of them, but I just, I gave up doing it, I guess. I still have all the stuff because I don't throw anything away, right? Might have to buy it later.
Well, yeah, you never know when you might want to decide to do that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us.
So talking about the unfinished, these little candle holders I've had for 2 years. They were going to be Christmas gifts for my staff that never got made. Someone was talking about Creative Bug. Have you used that service, Maya?
I have not. I do not know. I've used Craftsy, and they have a lot. They don't just have knitting. They have like a lot of different. I'll put that in the chat. Craftsy. They have a lot of different classes, and they have different. It used to be the kind of thing where you would have to pay per class, and then they switched, and then they like got bought out by somebody, and then that got bought out again, and so. But now they have kind of a subscription service. So luckily the classes that I had bought, I still own, but then they do the subscription stuff. So yeah, share if anybody else knows any websites that have some fun different classes, make sure you share those in the chat.
I have done recently, it's called Alice's Table, and they do floral and like charcuterie and things like that, or make your own. I think last month you were making your own gin, like you were infusing the flavors into it and such. And that was really, very low key and fun. There was another one I did. I made a cake online, like it was a cake baking class, but it was decorating. So you already had it made, but I can't remember what that site was. But I was kind of cruising around the internet yesterday and I'm like, ooh, there's so many. Yeah, I should check out our library and see what it is that they do offer. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm definitely a little curious about masterclass. Not that it's all crafty, but they do have like a lot of variety. But I don't like the fact that you have to sign up for an entire year at a time.
So one thing I was going to show you, and then my my phone got angry. I thought it was charging, but I guess it wasn't. Is I found a place in Denver. I live, I'm in Aurora, Colorado, and I found a place in Denver. It's called the Denver Tool Library, and they have all these different classes. Let me turn off my weird blurred background here so you can kind of see it. So I did a moss box. So you can kind of see, there's kind of the big, it's like so it's like this old picture frame, and then they give you all these little, so there's all these fun, so I put like little dragons. You can kind of see my little dragons and moss. And so I made this kind of really cool. So look up, just look up like moss box and see, right, there's, I think I have 4 little dragons in different spots. There's like a little green dragon, a little blue dragon, and a little red dragon, and a little purple dragon. And it's just,
I made one in college, and I was telling Maya about it. And for my figurines, I went and got cake decorating kits, and it was Snow White and the dwarfs, and I used them as little gnomes, which was super fun and cute.
Fun.
I mean, it's always like, I don't really decorate cakes, but the stuff is just so cute. I want all of it. I want the sprinkles. I want everything. Someone was talking about infusing different alcohols. I've definitely enjoyed doing those for Christmas gifts too, like a vanilla bean and some orange peel and vodka. Turns out beautiful. So good. And then people are raving about Annie's card maker kits. I did do a subscription journal, art journal box for a bit. Definitely really fun online videos. You just do it on demand. I actually have a box I haven't finished. Maybe the next rainy day we have, I will do that.
And so I finished my little, this is a little pouch. If I did like this little drawstring. So that was that little pink, kind of looked like a little circular doily. So you just kind of have a little I cord. And then I put the little egg in it so it would have some shape. I made it did like a little knitted thing around the egg, and then so kind of have my little, it's like a fun little pouch. And then this was my little other little pouch that I did, and you can put like little tea bags or something, and it's like a little envelope, or you could put like little letters in it, little notes. It has like a little envelope. So cute. So the thing I like about those is they're quick and you can finish them like in a day, as opposed to blankets. And I saw somebody saying like, I've started so many blankets and I've never finished. Let's see. So can you believe it? We are almost at the end of our hour together. How's everybody doing with their crafting? Jennifer, oh, are you there? I see your camera's not on, but I was wondering if you were crafting with us or are you just listening?
Way to put her on the spot.
Hey,
I know,
here.
right?
I'm here, and I was trying to work on my quilt. I'm making these little pancakes to put together as a quilt. It's supposed to look like a little cathedral window, but I have my grandson with me, and he was really interested. So we have a needle and thread, and he is learning going up and down in a ribbon. So my crafting kind of changed, but we're crafting together today.
I love it. I love it. Hey, good job crafting with Grandma.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun to make stuff.
So yeah, we'll go back to turning the camera off.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, he's sewing.
Oh, he's sewing.
Yeah.
All right. We will let you keep sewing.
This is fun. It's fun to sit with y'all.
Thanks for joining us here. And Jennifer is one of our other facilitators. And like I said, she does she did the Radiance Labyrinth. If you haven't done that one yet, I think we have one more of those coming up. People love those if you've seen some pictures.
Okay, I'm going to pop back on. We have 2 more Radiance Labyrinths scheduled. So please join me. We had a lot of fun. It was kind of an exclusive new thing to try. We loved it.
Yeah, so it's on, there's one on the 18th and one on the 23rd if you haven't signed up for those yet. So definitely feel free to sign up for one of those. And then I believe on Monday, our new schedule for the new socials should be up. So always keep an eye in Eventbrite. Hopefully everybody knows how to kind of get to those schedules in the Sonder Club. There's that little, if you go into kind of the Sonder Club, where it has like the question of the day, there's kind of a little thing that looks like a little calendar up at the top. And also you can just kind of click on that, and then you can kind of see the different, like I said, right now, I think we're only going up through April 24th, but Monday there should be some new ones, and they'll probably put those in an email as well. So make sure that you kind of keep an eye out for that. And then also Karen posted, you can download the app, and I'll go ahead and share my screen and go back to that so you can see this. That's for the Sonder Club app if you don't have that already. So hopefully everybody can see and is able to get that. And Karen put the link in the chat as well. So there's a QR code, and Karen put the link in the chat for this as well to take the survey. And I think you'll also get that in an email. So again, let us know if there's other things you want. If you enjoyed the craft, our Crafternoon, if you want to see more of that every month, if you want to do something specific, if you want, you know, if you'd like to have everybody doing the same project kind of thing, let us know what works. Then we also have, if you don't know, there's a YouTube link for our recordings now. You will not be able to find it if you just go to Silk and Sonder's YouTube page. It's not for everyone. It's only for our Sonder family to see. So you want to make sure that you scan that little QR code, or and Laura, the site I was talking about is Craftsy, CRAFTSY. So if you want to do, did you put the YouTube link
earlier? And when I was
Okay.
trying to find the link for my friend's page, my stage manager notes disappeared. So I'm pulling it back up. So give me just a moment.
But if you forget it or you can't remember how to get to it, you can always send that email to hello@silkandsonder.com and they can get you the YouTube link. So you can see all of our socials that are recorded. I don't think this one will be quite as much fun to watch later, but I don't know, you never know. So there's that. So we have come up to the top of the hour. I loved seeing everyone's things that they're working on. I'm so happy you were able to be here and kind of carve out that hour of time. Oh, and Carolyn's showing us a pretty little, she's been working on her granny squares, I think. So she's got, you can see her little granny squares that she's working on there. It looks awesome. Love it. And let us know if you enjoyed this. If you want, like I said, if you want more, I'm so happy to see, it's so fun to see people's faces instead of just me talking to like a void, which is fun too. I can do that too, but it's much more fun to see everybody's smiling faces and all the fun things that you're working on. So hopefully I will see you again in another social. Have a fabulous rest of your weekend. Hopefully you've got kind of a jump start on your crafting. You can always tell people, I know a lot of folks when they hop on the socials will be like, it's a 2-hour social, right? And it's really only 1 hour, but then that keeps them, they're like, I'm busy, like stay away. So you are welcome to do that and say you're still, you can just keep your phone right there or your computer and be like, I'm still on this social and just keep, I'm still busy, go away, right? And you can always do that. So thank you again so much for being here. Hopefully we will see you again soon. Oops.
Even if it don't come true, dreaming is what dreamers do. Heaven's keys on green to blue are never gray. Even if it all goes bust, your pretty pearls are fade to rise. Angel wings to angel dust every day. Worry no more. Oh, worry no more. There's an open door for you. Worry no more. Oh, worry no more. There's an open door for you. When you're walking through the clouds, bottles breaking, angry crowds. Lion tamers can't be found anywhere. I'm listening to the sounds of minds, Spanish sketches, playground smiles, crowded streets and empty vials for all to share. Worry no more. Oh, worry no more. There's an open door for you. Worry no more. Oh, worry no more. There's an open door for you. an open door for you. Worry no more.